Testing, 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 testing.
Oh, you can? Yeah, I won't touch it. You put it right. You got that foot water. Phone line. But hey, ask one of the guys that tip I take. Get a tip. If you don't follow, she can get there while she got one. Who? Yeah. It's up to you. But you ask for I spoke to him 3 times. I did. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. The guy went to the guy. How you? Huh? Yeah, doing. She been on when they get out Friday. Sunday. When? Oh, until the and that's pretty good. Oh, he does. Man, that's yeah. I'm in out. So it's easy. Chilling. Hey, you said there. Okay. I'm not. Oh, okay.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the City of Pleasant Grove City Council meeting. I will duly call this meeting to order. And if we could get Pastor Brown, if you will open us up in a word of prayer.
Dear Heavenly Father, we come before you tonight and we're so thankful for all that you do for us. Lord, in this season, the Lord, is a great time to be thankful and grateful for all that you've done. So, Lord, tonight I pray for us as councilmen and our mayor and Lord, the leaders of the city, that you would just minister to us, to God, and help us, Lord, just to follow your voice. Lord, I pray for the city of Pleasant Grove, that you would just continue to honor it, Lord, and continue to help it to grow. And Lord, just touch all the citizens here, to Father, and may we all just serve you and love each other, and let our community be one. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Now I ask that you stand for the pledge. Salute, pledge. I pledge to the flag republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty for all. Thank you. Now, at this time, before we proceed, I would like to make some amendments to the agenda. One thing that we do need to deal with, that we were not able to deal with last time, is I want to add the appointment of Mayor Pro Tem to the agenda, and the resolution, or a resolution for support of the Northern Beltline, and a resolution concerning the seniors program. And I'll go back and address each of those accordingly. But I just wanted to add those to the agenda. Now, we're going to rearrange the agenda just a little bit. We have a presentation this evening from Counselor Van Williams.
These fancy mics, let's use them. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. And I noticed that we have so many of our youngsters around the room. We have our Pleasant Grove Middle School cheer team. Give them a hand. And I would like for their coach to approach the podium there. Can she get a mic? She has one? I would like for you to give just a quick snippet of what you guys accomplished in the last few weeks, ultimately till now. I've been following this group personally for a while, and just her tenacity, just a little bit, and her dedication to these girls got my attention.
All right. Well, I'm Miss Williams. I am the math coach and the junior high cheer coach at the high school. I have taken over the middle school team starting in March of this year. We started off, we went to University of Alabama for camp, and we placed first in two categories and second in the other two categories. We then, thank you. Um, we then went on to go to the state competition, and although we did not make it to finals, we missed it by 0.7 of a point. So we were very close, and this was their first year ever competing that way, so we were proud of them for that as well. Um, we also competed at the Jefferson County cheer competition, where they went against all of the middle school teams in the county, and they placed first. So we have been working very hard. Most of these girls, well, all of them except one, because we have one seventh grader, will go up to varsity next year, where I will be moving on with them.
D'Amica, where are you? I need a little help. All right. We have some gifts. Well, I have some gifts for my girls. I felt that you needed something to connect all of you. So in these bags, I want you to pull out, your gifts. D'Amica's going to help you receive them. First, we're going to bless the coach.
Yes.
We have one girl that's not here, Kendall Peterson, because she is a basketball player and they have a game tonight. So she's not here.
So what we want to do, that's why I have on my purple pride tonight. These girls made the mistake of calling me auntie at one of the competitions. Forgot which one it was, but we appreciate you, and you're forever auntie. We are cheering for you. I'm sorry. We are cheering for you, and we wish nothing but the best for you. This whole room is cheering for you. I want y'all to take a good look at these heroes. Look at this. Look at this. Give them another hand. So in your bags, I want you to pull out your gift. You guys are forever connected by Michael Kors. You deserve it. You deserve every bit of it. So,
Well, that was awesome. So thank you so much, Counselor Van Williams and Mr. Williams that just came in. We appreciate you guys for honoring our young people. And we want the community as a whole to keep pushing them forward, a word of encouragement, just a kind hello, anything, a smile, just to let them know that they are doing a great job. So on back to the business at hand, if we can have the approval of the minutes from the last scheduled meeting on November 3rd.
I make a motion, we approve.
I have a motion. Do I hear a second?
second.
Okay, a second by Miss Gary. Counselor Gary, I apologize. It's gonna take me a minute to get used to this. Any questions? All those in favor by show of hands? And that motion passes unanimously. And now, next, we have the approval of the bills in the amount of $305,812. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
I have a motion by Counselor Gary. Do I have a second? Okay, by Counselor Wilkerson. We have a motion and second. Any questions? Hearing none. All those in favor? And that passes unanimously. Ms. Hodge, would you mind pulling those doors up, please? Evening again to everyone. My mayor's report will be short this evening. I'm glad to see all of your beautiful smiling faces this evening. I do want to begin with wishing everyone a happy Thanksgiving in advance. It's a time of family and joy and gathering and enjoying a meal in excess sometimes, but hey, it's the holidays. So one of my friends told me yesterday he loves Halloween to the Super Bowl because he knows somebody is cooking every weekend somewhere. So I want to wish you all of the best holidays ever. I know we'll see each other again, but happy Thanksgiving. I don't have much. Our Spartans are on the move. The biggest thing I have tonight is to announce to you that our high school went up yet another point in their grade. So they have increased 6 points in 6 years. And that is huge. We are now at a grade 77. And I will say in comparison, and that's not to say that one is not better, one is better than the other, but in comparison, the city of Birmingham just went from an F to an I. So we want you to know that our school is doing everything that they can, and I'm so honored that we were a part of that growth process by our support that we were able to give from the city of Pleasant Grove. So let's give ourselves a hand. And I appreciate all of the principal, the teachers, the staff, the students for buckling down and doing what they needed to do because they did this. They had to make the choice to do what they needed to do. So, again, if you see someone out and about, just say congratulations because that's a huge accomplishment. So soon we'll be at a B, and so we're just gonna claim that right now. And so I don't have much for you tonight. We're just rocking and rolling with the new city council. We've had our budget meetings, sessions, work sessions, and informational sessions. We had the opportunity to share in some intense learning in Huntsville the week after we were sworn in. So we were sworn in that Monday, and then that Tuesday we actually went to Huntsville for our elected officials class, and it was a day and a half of a lot of information. So we appreciate the ability to go to those type of events and learn more that we can bring back home and operate our city at its finest. And that's all I have. Thank you. Oh. Okay, the next item on the agenda, the amended agenda, is going to be the appointment of Mayor Pro Tem. We did not come to a consensus during our November 3rd meeting, and traditionally that would have been done at that time. So the next step is to address that matter at every meeting until it's resolved. So tonight, I'm calling for nominations for Mayor Pro Tem.
I would like to nominate Councilor Regina Van Williams for Mayor Pro Tem.
Okay. Any other nominations?
I'd like to nominate Counselor Jacquees Gary for pro tem.
Okay. And both individuals accept this nomination?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and, well, I don't have a nomination, so. So I move to close nominations at this time. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. I have a motion to close and a second. And so by law, we have to talk to Ms. Hodge. Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, I was writing down. She needs a pen?
Yeah, that's okay. Go ahead, Mr. Terry. Right. We have to acknowledge who we're voting for, and we can do that by voice or by paper. Is there any objection to doing so by voice?
No.
Okay. So we will start at my right, Counselor Wilkerson, sorry.
I vote for Counselor Regina Van Williams for pro tem.
Okay,
I too vote for myself, Counselor Regina Van Williams. Of course.
okay. Counselor Gary,
Counselor Jacqueline Gary.
okay. And Counselor?
Counselor Jaquise
Brown.
Gary.
Okay. And I vote for Counselor Regina Van Williams. So, that being said, the majority would be for Counselor Van Williams. Congratulations. She's our new pro tem. Okay, next item on the agenda is the approval of resolution number 2025-35. This is a resolution of the City of Pleasant Grove, Alabama, agreeing to enter into a pole attachment agreement for holiday decorations with Alabama Power Company. This is something we have to do every single year, and it has to be done by resolution. So I make a motion that we approve resolution 2025-35. Do I have a second?
Second.
I made the motion and Counselor Wilkerson second. Any questions? Hearing none, all those in favor? And that passes unanimously, Mr. Cobb. The other item that I asked that we add to the agenda is a resolution in support of the Northern Belt Line. And so what has been presented to the City of Pleasant Grove, let me put the motion on the table. I make a motion that we approve a resolution in support of the Northern Belt Line.
Second.
Do we need unanimous consent for that? I would not think so. Okay, we have a motion and a second by Counselor Van Williams. And so now I'll go into the explanation. We've had an opportunity to meet and discuss this, but the Northern Belt Line isn't a roadway, and I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it to you. It is similar to an overpass. If you've ever been to if you ever been on Highway 31, and you know how you split off and you go up the ramp and you almost do a flyover Highway 31, and then you end up on 280. Well, the Northern Belt Line is something similar to that, and it's going to be designed for you to be able to go from one side of Birmingham to the other on this belt line. And it makes something very similar to a circle. Can you go grab that map, please, in the council meeting room? It makes something similar to a circle. And the Northern Belt Line currently has been approved by municipalities up to the point of Bessemer, Alabama. So currently in Bessemer, Alabama, the delay in Bessemer, and they actually have a hearing on this tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. in the city of Bessemer for anyone interested in attending. The city of Bessemer's portion of this belt line is currently being hindered by the new data center that is coming. And so Bessemer now has to make a decision of where they want to place the data center, because currently the belt line would go straight through the physical buildings. And so they're going to have to shift placement of their building, or the belt line is going to have to be shifted. So the determination now has to be made, the cost effectiveness of which one is going to be most productive. Because Bessemer's data center ultimately will have 18 buildings, and it's going to house quite a bit of, you can put it up. Yes, please. It would have quite a few facilities. So as you can see, currently, for our portion of it, we're, thank you. We're, of course, right here. And so the benefit to the city of Pleasant Grove, and I'm sorry for blocking you on this side. The benefit to the city of Pleasant Grove is the possibility of this belt line coming here and having off ramps from the 269 side of Pleasant Grove and having direct access to the outskirts of the city that enable us to expand the city with perhaps a commercial area or something like that, but it would not hinder this bedroom community feel that we all have here. But someone would have direct access off and on from that belt line. So for the city of Pleasant Grove, and as you can see, probably Sylvan Springs and Moga, all these small municipalities, it would be a great benefit for us. The problem right now is if Bessemer does not move, the belt line will stop down here. And then it will pick up back up here. So all of this will be gone. So I tried to simplify it for you. There's a whole lot of, other technicalities to it that I could bore you with. And we have information here. If you want us to provide it to you, we'll be happy to do so. But you're welcome to Google it as well. And it's going to be the Northern Beltline Project. So does anyone have any questions? Okay. Accessibility to the 269 side of Pleasant Grove. So if we decide to do so, oh, she told me.
Give him the mic.
Sorry. The 269 side of Pleasant Grove, so it would allow us to expand our ability to create additional resources, income, and limited access to the city of Pleasant Grove. So we would be able to do more because right now we just live from year to year and whatever. Our revenue comes from sales taxes, gas taxes, and property taxes. And all of those are limited. I hope that answers your question.
So are you saying it would bring in business or more homes
Potentially both. Potentially both.
on the 269 side?
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
What would that project be? Like when we started and finalized it?
So the project is still some time off. What has happened is this Alabama Department of Transportation has provided the state of Alabama Department of Transportation has received several hundred thousands of dollars of funds for this project. And that has happened over several years. Now, what has happened over those several years is no real work has begun. So now the question has become, when are you going to start the work? And so that's where we are now. And then when the work was going to begin, then the whole data center came up and, So they're trying not to start it until they know that they have a clear path. And whatever that path ends up being. So short answer, I don't have a date, but I would think in the next 5 years. Yes, sir.
I have like two.
Okay.
Mic check 1 2. What would, if we have to, what if anything, we will have to give up as a city just for it to come through the little corner? And are there going to be like any exits? I see a couple of junctions at 269, but would there be anything in or outside Pleasant Grove or near Concord as far as like exits or anything that we have to give up land, or anybody else will have to give up any property or anything like that for that to happen?
Well, so 269, of course, is a state highway. So that would be their project. As far as an exit, I'm sure we would probably have to provide land to accommodate an exit, but it would be beneficial to us to do so. And so one of the requests that I made on behalf of the city when we met with Mr. Staley was that we do have an exit, because it could bring people directly to that commercial district. And then that exit would need an entrance, so back to 269 or to the belt line. So I would want to make sure that both are there so they can get off and get right back on. Yes, sir?
One of the advantages I can see as far as.
Reason why I'm asking about the light, so those who are listening,
Online.
they will be able to, hear.
One of the advantages I can see with the belt line, it would cut down on a lot of drive time coming from out of town.
Yes.
And, we won't have to come straight down 59 to get to home when there's a lot of traffic. So I think it's a big plus.
And the trains.
And the trains.
And the trains. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay, so we have a motion and we have a second. Does the council have any additional questions? Okay. So all those in favor of a resolution supporting the belt, and again, this is not a final thing where the city of Pleasant Grove will be obligated in any way if it does not work for our city. I just want you to know that they just want a resolution of support, no different than we support Breast Cancer Month or any other thing. It's just a resolution that says that we feel like this may be a good thing for the city.
One more question. So what's the financial part that we'll have to play in it
We
besides
don't-
land?
Nobody knows the financial input at this time. No city does. Yeah, because we don't, number one, we don't know the final cost of the project. And then number two, the attempt, of course, is going to be for it to be funded 100% with federal funds and state funds. And then, we'll come back to the table at that point. And that will be one of those things that I was just talking about. If it doesn't work for our city, we can't afford it, we just can't do it. So all those in favor? By show of hands? And that passes unanimously. Thank you, council. Okay, the last item I have on the agenda for resolutions is, I know that we spoke about this, creating a senior program for the city of Pleasant Grove, but I wanted to make sure that we take that official action to specify that we have a senior program with the city of Pleasant Grove. Mr. Cobb, if you'll remind me, we didn't take an official action, did we? Okay, so I want to make sure that we take an official action to create a City of Pleasant Grove Seniors Program, and that's going to be for, Ms. Dansby, correct me if I'm wrong, 55 and up for our community. And I make that in the form of a motion.
I second.
We have a motion and a second by Councilor Wilkerson. Any questions? Okay, all those in favor? Okay, thank you, council, and that has been approved unanimously.
I do have one question. Ms. Dansby, when are we starting?
6th January
That's January 6th.
of January.
I'm gonna give more information on that. So, Ms. Dansby has provided me with a proposed date and activity list, and I did not distribute that to the council because we didn't officially have a program. So that will be distributed to them and to the community since we have approved this program. And we are including funding for the program in our budget. So it will begin January 6th, and it will be a meet and greet at the community center. And all of the meetings, most of the meetings will be held at the Pleasant Grove Community Center. But Ms. Dansby will be the program director, and that will be at no cost to the city of Pleasant Grove. Congratulations, Ms. Dansby.
Mayor, if I could.
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Dansby. Ms. Dansby is going to need some assistance. So if you have an aerobic skill or a dance skill, please talk to Ms. Dansby. I'm sure our seniors would love to interact with you. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilor Wilkerson, and thank you for volunteering to be a part of the program. Any other volunteers on the dais? Okay, so that would be Councilor Lassiter, who's not here tonight. So I appreciate y'all willingness to serve. So next on the agenda, we have the appointment of the city clerk. And I make a motion to appoint Mr. Ricardo Cobb as the city clerk. Do I have a second?
A second.
I have a motion and a second by Councilor Wilkerson. Any questions? Hearing none. All those in favor? And that passes unanimously. Thank you and congratulations, Mr. Cobb. Committee appointments. At this time, I would like to make committee appointments. This will not require a motion or a second, but this information is being provided to you for public information. Finance Committee. The chairperson will be Pro Tem Regina Van Williams. Members will be Counselor Steve. Would you prefer James or Steve? Members will be Counselor James Stevens Wilkerson and Counselor Jaquise Gary. The next committee will be the Street Committee. The councilperson will be Councilman Ray Lassiter, and members will be Counselor Regina Van Williams and Counselor Gino Brown. And would you prefer Eugene or?
Gino will be fine.
Yeah, okay. Personnel Committee, chairperson will be Counselor Steve Wilkerson. Committee members will be Counselor Jaquise Gary and Counselor Gino Brown. Risk Management Committee, chairperson will be Counselor Jaquise Gary. Committee members, Counselor James Wilkerson and Counselor Regina Van Williams. Public Safety Committee, chairperson will be Counselor Gino Brown. Members will be Counselor Steve Wilkerson, James Stevens Wilkerson, and Counselor Ray Lassiter. At this time, Council, I would like to make a motion to officially add a committee. I would like to make a motion that we add the Public Works Committee, and they will work with Public Works and the Public Works matters and infrastructure matters of the city. And that's in the form of a motion. And we're going to provide this to the public in writing. So I, yes, I just wanted to make the official announcement. Do I have a motion to create the Public Works Committee?
Make a
Second.
motion.
Okay, Counselor Brown made the motion, Counselor Regina Van Williams second. Any questions? Okay. Hearing none, all those in favor? Okay, now that that committee has been formed, the chairperson will be Counselor James Stevens Wilkerson, and members will be Counselor Regina Van Williams and Counselor Ray Lassiter. For board appointments, again, no motion or second will be required. The council liaisons will be assigned accordingly. Planning Board will be Counselor Regina Van Williams. Park Board will be Counselor Gino Brown. Library Board will be Counselor Jaquise Gary. Beautification Board will be Counselor James Stevens Wilkerson. And the Historical Commission will be Counselor Ray Lassiter. We also have a Board of Adjustments, and that board appointment has not been determined yet. Committee members, board members and commission members will be announced at the next meeting. So now we're down to the officers of the city report. Mr. Cobb? Okay, thank you. Chief?
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm really proud to say that, can y'all hear me? I'm loud anyway. You can't hear me. Really proud to say that we had probably
It's not
one of the
on.
quietest-
It's on the side. Press it till the green light comes on. Okay.
I promise I can run a police department. All right, I'm really proud to announce that Pleasant Grove had probably one of the quietest Halloweens we've ever had. That's usually a time of mischief and all sorts of stuff. It's also a time of fun. But let me tell you, we had so few calls for service. I was a little shocked. Again, I've been out here 30 years, and I've never had it this quiet. So that's really great that we had a really fun, respectful time. So that's great. Tonight, I don't really have a lot in terms of public safety. There are any issues that we have, but I wanted to highlight some people, if you don't mind. We do an Officer of the Quarter quarterly, and so we're just finishing up our June to September period. We pushed it out a little bit because we wanted to give all the highlight last week to our wonderful new council, but I wanted to take a moment to recognize someone. This person hasn't worked for us very long. In fact, it's only been a little over 6 months, but every once in a while you get an employee that comes in and helps change the culture of your place. They help inspire people who may have been tired. They help bring people in, and just buy into the program, and they do that from the start. And Officer Coleman, will you come up, please? Mm-hmm. This is Officer Crimson Culbertson. He comes to us. He was actually the chief of Cordova, right up the road from us. And he come to us with a fresh start and a great attitude. And he has absolutely inspired a lot of folks that already worked here for a number of years to get out there and better the community. And I can think of no better person for our Officer of the Quarter than Officer Culbertson.
Thank you.
I also want to recognize some unsung heroes you don't really ever see until you've got a problem. We have a hard time trying to come up with metrics on how to showcase our fire paramedics, right? They're more of a response unit. They only come out if you've got a problem. right? Your house is on fire, you're having a medical emergency. Otherwise, we don't see them a whole lot. So it's really hard to do things to try to showcase an individual because they're not individuals, they work as a team. So today is C shift, and that's commanded by Lieutenant Nick Burns. Nick's only been in his role for a little under a year, and he's absolutely done great things with his team. It's not normal we have all 5 of our officers here at the same time because they're typically on Kelly days or off days or whatever the case may be, but all 5 of them are here. Over the last several months, during the day, if they don't get calls, usually they're in the fire department. I have watched, he takes his team out and they get busy doing something. They better their place. They better the fire department. They help clean up around. They pick up trash. They build stuff. They do. And I just want to recognize, Nick, you have done a fantastic job.
Thank you.
Chief, do you mind, excuse me, Chief, do you mind sharing the names of the other firemen?
Absolutely.
With a microphone.
Why don't you come up here so y'all can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, this is Lieutenant Nick Burns in the white shirt. You can always tell who the boss is because he's got on the white shirt. This is apparatus operator Etheridge. He's like second in command. He's kind of what you would call like the corporal of the shift. This is Caleb Simpson, a homegrown guy from here, Pleasant Grove. Brandon Vernon, next guy. He's the one that we can't fit any boots or uniforms on, so he's also slated to graduate paramedic school in a few weeks. So we wish him. And Paramedic Dobbs down the end, he's been with us now for a little while, and he's doing a great job. This is a good crew of guys, and you can rest assured they got you covered.
Yeah. Chief, as they leave us, thank you guys. Thank you for all that you do for us. To the other officers that are with us this evening, thank you all as well for all that you do for us. I know it's not an easy task sometimes, but you all do it well, and you do it with ease, and we appreciate your calmness and your professionalism that you always display in the city. And thank you, Chief. Attorney Terry, do you have anything? Okay. Okay, now for it would normally be the committee reports, but since everyone just received those today, we will forego that unless someone would like to say something about their committees or have any comment.
Just a few comments. I'm so glad to see you all here. I'm excited about this journey in which we all have set out on. Look for further communication regarding assisting with cleaning up the city with the mayor's approval. I would love to meet, we would love to meet with the various association presidents so we can establish and adopt a highway program so we can continue with the beautification of Pleasant Grove. I would like to give our Public Works Department a shout out. I've seen them up and down, picking up paper, mowing the lawns, etc. But that's all I have tonight.
Yeah, I would just like to say a few things. It's the guys, we don't get a chance to talk a lot. But good evening, everyone, and happy Thanksgiving to everyone. I just have a few things, a few notes, because I didn't know exactly what I was supposed to say tonight since we didn't know our committee things. But first of all, I wanted to applaud Ms. Dansby and your program that you're starting. That's very, very exciting. And I look forward to seeing and hearing good things from that. And I would love to come help. My hips don't move like they used to, but I would love to come help. As Councilor Van Williams has stated, anytime these kids are doing something, take just a few moments. If you can make a basketball game or you can make a football game, we went to the cheer competition and we had a blast. I mean, it was a blast. It was the first cheer competition I'd ever been to, and I was a little leery, but it was a lot of fun. So, and the Lady Spartans have a Thanksgiving tournament coming up. And many of you may be off work. It costs you $10 to get in. Go cheer those ladies on. First priority is a Bible club that meets in our schools. And myself, along with some other student pastors in our city, have been going up to the school every Wednesday morning and hanging out with these kids and praying with them and talking with them. And we're having a joint first priority service this coming Wednesday night at First Baptist Church. And so if you have a teenager in your home or you have teenagers in your on your street, tell them about it. They can come out at 6 o'clock. We'll be serving pizza from 6 to 6:30, and then we're going to have a service after that, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Community Thanksgiving service. Maybe some of you don't go to church here in Pleasant Grove, and that's okay, but we're having a community Thanksgiving service, and our host church is going to be First Baptist Church. That's going to be this coming Sunday at 5 p.m. Let me tell you what's exciting about that is after we finish the service, they have an outreach program called Hope Community. And I know nowadays with the things that are going on with the shutdowns and things like that, a lot of people are in desperate times. And they have a food pantry and they have ways to help our community. So after the service, they're going to take us back their service refreshments, and they're going to show us the Hope Community where we can resource, you guys can resource if you know someone who needs groceries, if someone's having a hard time, if you know dementia patients. They serve senior lunches, and you can learn about all those things. So I encourage you to come out this coming Sunday evening from 5 o'clock and see what they have going on there. And then the last thing, how many like a good chicken nugget from McDonald's? Does anybody? Well, our Pleasant Grove High School PTA, tonight until 8 o'clock, they get 20% of the sales.
Okay.
So why don't you take off tonight, go down there, get you a milkshake and some French fries, and help support our PTA by just doing that, just having a treat. And that would be really cool. That's all I have. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Madam Mayor, before we move on, Councilor Brown, do we need to mention anything in order for the PTA to get credit when we go to
No,
McDonald's?
it's just 20% of all sales from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock tonight. They get 20% of all the sales, even mobile orders and DoorDash orders. They're getting that.
Thank you for that. Councilor Gary, do you have anything?
Nope, I'll just say good evening to everyone. Glad to see so many people out. Please keep this up. It's good to look out and see so many people here tonight.
It is.
And happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
One more thing I did fail to mention. We want to encourage all of you to visit our City of Pleasant Grove website. Yes. We really, really do. We want to keep it informative, and we want to keep it positive. Sometimes things get convoluted, and we have a group that really want to know what's going on, and then another group that just want to have it going on. Right. Facebook as well. So our website, I want to make sure I get it right. City of Pleasant Grove. No.
The website is City of PG.
You just do that.
The website is cityofpg.com, and the Facebook page is City of Pleasant Grove, Alabama, spelled out. Okay. And council, forgive me, there are two other items we do need to address tonight. I would like to make a motion that the seniors, City of Pleasant Grove Seniors Program be approved to accept donations for the community programs. I don't know a better way to say that, for the programs that they plan to have. So I want to put that in the form of a motion. Do I have a second?
I second.
We have a motion and a second by Councilor Wilkerson. Any questions? And all of those, I will say that all of those donations will come to and be managed by the City of Pleasant Grove. So we will have checks and balances through our offices. So hearing no other questions, all those in favor? And that passes unanimously. The last item that we need to address, did we do the budget? We did? Okay, we approved the budget? Yes. Okay. Well, that's all.
Well, no, we didn't, no, we didn't.
No,
No, we
that's-
we talked about it, but we didn't approve it.
Oh, okay, okay. So, we have reviewed the budget and we have had 2 work sessions plus the opportunity to ask individual questions. And at this time, we have established a budget for the year 2025, 2026. We had the unique experience and opportunity to meet before we were sworn in and after. So, so I think all questions, issues, and concerns have been addressed, unless I'm missing something. Council, okay. And so I would like to ask for a motion to approve the budget, 2025, 2026 budget as we have discussed and as amended.
I make a motion, we approve.
I have a motion from Councilor Brown,
Second.
second from Councilor Gary. And I was about to say Wilkerson. So, I apologize. So we have a motion and second. Any other questions? No. Hearing none, all those in favor? And that passes. So now we have our committees, we have our boards, with the exception of one, which is the Board of Adjustment. We have a 2025-2026 budget, and we are continuing to move forward. So again, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. And, oh, the community. Does anyone have any comments this evening? Yes, sir.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Michael Roper. I live in the Highland Forest neighborhood of Pleasant Grove. First, I want to ask, what is the total budget for the city? What is the amount budgeted?
So the total budget for the city this year is a little over 8 million. And we have a shortfall of $305,000. But we do have the funds in our general bank accounts. We are not in a situation where we are operating in the red by any means. But the money that we did receive in revenues covers the budget with the exception of $305,000. And I will say that that is the best we've had in the last 3 to 4 years, because we've been operating on a $700,000 to $800,000 short. Any other? Yes, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm just wondering, what are we doing this year as a community in lieu of the Christmas parade?
Okay, so this year